Hi guys, welcome back to, let's just call this day 8. Hello toilet. I'm very lucky to have discovered these like back roads near my house recently, because I thought that we were kind of just surrounded by main roads, which is fine, but I go on multiple walks a day sometimes, and it's just nice to know that there's like a quiet path. I feel like today I had like loads of little things in my mind that I wanted to talk about, and I wasn't sure which one to go with. But the one that's speaking the most to me is talking about the importance of being alone. Once, am I being chased after? Hello? Oh no, he dropped his hat. Once you kind of register that you're not happy with where you're at, you want to become a better person, you want to go off on this journey of like self-development and all this stuff, I think one of the main things that actually stop people from doing this is the fear of like being alone and the fear of actually having to face yourself. I'm just going to quickly touch upon my like experience with that very briefly. But I finished school, which I'd kind of really struggled with, and it wasn't my thing. I went to 2 schools, but after I finished, oh my gosh, I really cut off my foot. Can you see this? Ouch. After I finished secondary school, I chose for some reason to go to a college pretty far away from where everyone else was going, but I knew I wanted a change. Like, as I started college, didn't literally know anybody there pretty much, but despite this, I didn't make a single friend. And I don't know why that was, really. Like, I actually don't know. It was kind of just like a thing that happened naturally. You know, I had people I'd speak to in my classes sometimes, and there were these girls in one of my classes where like, at lunch they'd be like, oh, do you want to come for lunch with us? And I'd always say no, and then I'd go to lunch by myself, where I would either like read in the park or go to the gym next door and stuff like this. This is when I really started getting to the gym as well, so that was good. And I'd be like, why did I say no? Like, do you not want friends? Like, but I just kind of knew that's not what I needed at the time. I didn't need more people to kind of like mold myself to, and like, do you know what I mean? I was kind of sick of just morphing into my environment, and as scary as it was, like, I didn't enjoy being alone at the time. I thought it was horrible. I was just like, I'd come home sad. I'd be like, I've been alone all day. Like, why am I choosing to do this to myself? I thought it was self-sabotage. But really now, it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I spent 2 years of college alone, learning who I was, what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy, what I resonate with and stuff like this. And that experience made me realise that I didn't resonate with everything that I'd been doing in my hometown, everything at home that I was still doing on like the weekends and stuff. That wasn't what I wanted. And it was a gradual shift. It was definitely a gradual shift, but I started to just not enjoy the same things as I used to. But once you've acknowledged that you need to get out of your old environment, that's the hardest part, is getting out, because you don't want to do the uncomfortable thing. Like, I wanted to remain comfortable, and I wanted to just keep doing what I was doing because it was easy, but I knew it was like eating me away inside. Does that make sense? Like, it just wasn't for me anymore. I didn't want to like hurt anyone around me, and seem like I wasn't grateful for, you know, being invited out and things like this. But you have to do the selfish thing, and if it doesn't feel right, you have to act on it, and you just have to, at the end of the day, isolate yourself, unfortunately. Like, and this is just, actually, to be fair, this is like personal experience. Like, if you have really supportive friend group that kind of like accept the fact that you want to change and like support you through it and all this, and you can be open about it, that's great. But if you have a friend group that when you say you don't want to do drugs this time and they're like, well, what the fuck's happened to you, then maybe you need to get out of the situation. And it's no shade on them at all. I still love a lot of these people, and I'm so happy I've had all the memories I've had with them, but it just, yeah, like I said, it wasn't for me. The only way I realised that was by getting out of the situation and spending so much time alone, because when you're in it, you don't see it, you know. So yeah, now you have decided that you're gonna spend all this time alone and you're ready to kind of do the work, that's the hard part. It's like, how do you just kind of, like, you can't just wake up and be like, okay, that wasn't for me, but this is. It's not like that. You kind of now have to like relearn everything whilst being like supportive of yourself, patient with yourself, and it's like, it's just a whole long journey, and I'm still on it. I'm still in the middle of it. I don't really know how to piece what I'm trying to say together, but once you just become accepting of yourself and non-judgmental, and you realize that what's been pushed upon you might not be for you, and that's completely fine. It doesn't make you like better than anyone else who's going on this journey, so you can't really frown upon everyone else that is still doing the same thing. That might be their thing, that might be what they love. It's just, it's not for everybody. What do you do when alone? I decided to go off solo traveling, and I think that everything that I did from that moment on, everything happened for a reason, and I'm so grateful for everything that I went through, the bad and the good, because yeah, I've kind of just realised that life is one big game. You are the main character of your life. At the end of the day, it's not a trend, you are your main character. And do you want to elevate your character, or do you just want to like numb your character out and let it live on autopilot and be stuck? Unfortunately, I think the only way to describe it is be an NPC. And I don't like when people call each other NPCs because it's quite unfair. I feel like I've rambled on a lot, and I don't really know if this point is kind of coming together. And I always get scared that I'm like missing something out, and I'm not a very good speaker. But it's just for fun at the end of the day, and if I miss anything out, I can talk about it any other day. If you constantly reinforce the ideas and you constantly say out loud, I can't be alone, I don't like being alone, I don't know how to be alone, then obviously you're not going to want to be alone. Like, you just have to really be open-minded about it. Okay, yeah, I kind of just thought of one more thing. So obviously I said that I started this kind of thing because of Aria, the girl watching YouTube, and what she did was go off solo to Europe to just see what happened, because she knew that like whatever she was doing at home in California wasn't right. She took a huge leap. Like, I value that in other people so much. And what happens when you do this is you start living for yourself again. Like, life becomes yours again, and you start to take control of everything rather than just kind of like living for other people. That's about it today. Going back to the main road. So, see you tomorrow.